everybody. We are down here in Pawtucket at Shri Yoga with Allison Bologna and talking. We just had a beautiful tour of this amazing space, fully accessible. Allison, tell us all about this space.
This was a building that was blighted and abandoned for many, many years. And the meaning behind Shri in the language of yoga, John, is light, right? So we opened up the windows, we made the space accessible so that we could offer yoga, mindfulness, and other healing arts modalities for all of our neighbors in Providence County and more. So we teach men and women in recovery, yoga for the military, adaptive yoga for adults with intellectual, developmental, and physical disabilities. And the idea is our whole first floor with our neighbors too, the food pantry across the hall and our adaptive art studio welcomes in anyone and everyone from the community.
And that is incredible. How many people with disability would you say that you see in a month?
Oh my goodness. Denise, one of our teachers, is right over here. 200? Plus, just in this space.
Now think about that. You see 200 plus right here in Pawtucket. That doesn't count the rest of Rhode Island. Now you do classes all over.
We do.
Guess what? How many people with disabilities do you see a month?
So we serve more than 8,500 students a year in our outreach programs. Our adaptive yoga program is our largest. I would say in a month we're partnered up with pretty much every social service agency that works in the IDDD community. 1,000?
Now think about that. You see 1,000 people with disabilities every month. How many more are not taking your classes because they don't know about this amazing space? Because the entire space is fully accessible. We just rolled around every day. A few minor here's and there's, but I mean, the majority is amazing. And what you do here, what does it mean to you to do something like this?
So I have a full-time job in the morning that allows me to do one thing. And then when I come here, I can do this purely. And by that I mean I'm not earning a living here. I'm just showing up because I'm feeling the right thing to do in the community. And my youngest sister, Jackie, so I'm 48, she's 42. She is an adult with an intellectual developmental disability. So working with her has always been an important part of my life. And I always felt like if I have access to space like this, why can't she?
And you are one of the new yoga teachers here. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yes, my name is John Williams, and I teach at Shri. I've done the Shri teacher training recently.
Okay.
February and March.
February and March, I mean.
And you just taught a class here today. We watched you teach an adaptive class today. What does it feel to you to be able to teach an adaptive class and help others through this yoga program?
Well, you see, yoga is my passion. It's something I really enjoy doing. And some wise ones told me, what do you love? And mine is yoga. Why not turn it into a career? It's something you love doing.
Oh, absolutely.
And seeing the faces of people who want to come to relax, rejuvenate, and most importantly, find their center. And seeing them leave satisfied makes it worthwhile, lesson after lesson after lesson. And that's good enough for me.
And they say when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Your class was amazing. How many students do you, like, I know you just started teaching, but how many classes do you think you've done since you started? Take a guess.
Guessing 3.
3? Yeah.
Fridays, we have 2 classes back to back with the
Yes.
Grogan Center, which is the Folk Center from Grogan,
Yeah.
and your group from Refocus. And then John, this actually wasn't his class today, it was Furway, he jumped into stuff for Robin. So 2 classes every Friday. So when did you start officially teaching? It's about 3 months ago,
Yeah.
right? So 2, no.
Yeah.
Probably 25, 30 classes so far, but 3 a week.
And the students were very engaged when I watched you teach the class there. They were very engaged, they want to come. And a lot of them had a disability. That means a lot to you, doesn't it? That, you know, this community is treated like everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah? Tell me a little bit about that.
You say, I know people with disabilities have different challenges, but they're just people like us.
Absolutely. And what does it mean to you, Allison, to have like a teacher like John doing this for others?
So I met John through Robin, another teacher here. She met you out in the community at the library, and she's like, I met this guy, John Williams. He's going to be an amazing teacher, and you need to meet him. So we figured out a way, and our whole point at Shri is to make sure that the students who serve are reflected in the people on our board, who help fund all of our programs, and also who run our classes. This is also a job development training program, workforce development training. So John gets paid for teaching here, and that's really important to us.
Absolutely, that's very important. Now tell us about the apartments that you have above the studio.
So the whole building is mixed use, mixed income. This was on the Register of Historic Places, so it's not some old bones. But upstairs is a combination of 3 market rate units, so whatever market rate unit would go for at Pawtucket, 2 middle income, 2-bedroom apartments that are deed restricted, and 3 affordable housing units at 60% AMI, which is essentially low income. And those have been reserved for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So we're partnered with Access Point Rhode Island and Fogarty Center, and we have another gentleman here who is a self-directed participant. And our direct support professionals, our DSPs, come every week, and they help with financial planning, they come to yoga. Ian, who lives upstairs, was in public housing, now he lives with us, never did yoga before. Ian is up to 4 yoga classes a week. And by the way, not just adaptive yoga classes, he jumps in with the educators on Tuesdays. He comes to our staff parties. So that's really important too. Just because a class is adaptive doesn't mean you can't do other classes too. Anybody can show up to pretty much any one of our classes. And we have a student advocate. It's going to be intimidating when you look at a yoga schedule, what to do, but Mary, our student advocate, will pick up the phone and talk to people and make an action plan too.
Well, I'll tell you, I am completely and totally impressed with this space that it's by people with disabilities, for people with disabilities, with the intention of people with disabilities, living full lives, living, thriving, and enjoying life the way it should.
Can we mention the cafe?
Absolutely.
We have a cafe right over here in our parking lot that's going to open very soon, fully accessible, and it's going to be run by an agency called Life, which is actually where my little sister goes, living in fulfilling environments. They come to yoga on Tuesday mornings, and they're going to be running the cafe here. So it's another workforce development training program owned and operated by adults with disabilities. And Liz Wiedenhofer, the executive director, is just an amazing person to work with. So.
And the incredible thing that I like about it is even the space, the working space, is wheelchair accessible, so somebody like me can actually work behind the scenes making the cafe food and serving the cafe food. So as long as you make it adaptable, as long as you make it accessible, we can thrive, we can live, and we can be part of the community. It's not our disability that holds us back, it's the world that's not ready for us, or doesn't believe in us. And Allison believes in us, and like I said, I want to cry being in space today because I have just been so moved. Every time she moves me to a different space, I want to cry even more because it's fully accessible. I'm going to get certified. I'm making that.
I would love to have you in our teacher training.
I am making that commitment live. I will get certified. I will come and take the classes, and we're going to make them part of accessibility.
Can I give you a shout out too? So we're still in the midst of doing some of the outside stuff with the cafe, and part of that, Mayor John Grovian promised us new sidewalks, and we have a beautiful glass door that opens up to the sidewalk, and Tina's like, oh, well, wait, there's a step down, right? Now, you could go out the front door and come around, but what if we build the sidewalk so it meets the threshold for the garage door so anybody can access it from any side, so you don't have to go around. So I'm putting that out there, Mayor Grovian, that when we do the sidewalks, that we make sure that we're paying attention to that as well, because the sidewalks are kind of the last piece here. They need a bit of a cleanup, and they need to be more approachable.
And in saying that, we did that on Federal Hill. When Federal Hill a few years ago did their sidewalks, they graded their sidewalks to most of the businesses. I'm not going to say all because there are some.
But most is good.
But most of the businesses now have their sidewalks graded, and that's all it took for us to be able to just roll in the door. That's how easy it is. When there's a project going on, work together with the local businesses to make it work. So
And these are a whole building.
Yeah.
And there are ways to turn these buildings, and I think, especially when you're talking about first floor that's open to the public, commercial space, if we can do it at 390 Pine Street in the building that's on the historic register, other people can do it too.
And we just made a 100-year-old dinner in Burrville fully accessible, so now we
There you
have
go.
bunch of actors on the stage and in the audience. So anything can be done, but Allison, I cannot get over what you did. We're going to be doing a lot together. We're trying to find this turning, I don't know where that goes. But
John's gonna help us.
absolutely. Any last words you would like to tell the public of why they should get involved with Shri Yoga?
Yes. For those of you who haven't done yoga before, I was like you. I didn't think I would do it, but once I started getting into it, it's changed my life for the better. Helped calm me, almost totally find my center. If I could do it, why not you? So
give yoga a try at Shri. I highly recommend it. It's a great place to be.
If somebody can help me find my center and relax me, you're gonna be my new hero. So
We're gonna teach you how to do that, and then you're gonna teach others.
Yeah, anything else you'd like to say?
No, just thanks for visiting today.
Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see you all come down to Shri Yoga. What's the address again?
390 Pine Street, Pawtucket.
And then when the cafe opens, we're gonna do another, and guess what? Shri is getting their grant stamp of approval today.
Yes, we are.
So they will have another business